Hello, it's Sunday, May 13th, 2012 at 1:23 a.m. Central Standard Time. And earlier this evening, I got on the computer and the headline was about these Christian, the young Christian people that died in a plane crash today. And I went and checked it out on College DuPage, and there's a couple things I noticed. First of all, we had what I call satellite frequency rings show up. You can see down here, I just at the beginning of the loop where I caught it. Here's what it looked like at, whoops, let's take this little thing off here. Let's go back here at 2045. And according to the articles in the newspaper, the crash occurred at 21:30 UTC on May 11th. And so this is at 20:45 on May 11th. And then this is at 21:15, which is just 15 minutes before the crash, although they said approximately 21:30. So these rings appear to disappear here, but they don't. They actually go through. You can see it right in here. And then right up in here. And the plane crash would be about, let me turn the counties on a minute. It's like up and over. It'd be like right in here, this lower part of Kansas. And so the crash was actually between these two rings, but it's just the timing of it that really caught my attention. And here's more of an overview of it. Here's at 2045 and at 21:15. You can see them come here. And then they actually continue on up into here. And I went and looked at the jet stream, and it's kind of a mess. We have this funny little hole in the jet stream. I can't figure out if it's a hole or what. This is a pressure area, and it's going around it. But then look up here at the Arctic jet stream. It circles around and actually comes in like it gets indented, and then there's a point here, which is just straight north of this one, which I find very interesting. And that's not too far away. The plane crash should be right in here. And this was actually 2.5 hours after the crash. That's the closest screenshot I could get. This is at Weatherbank Inc. I'll put a link to the jet stream, although you won't be able to go back and look at what it used to look like. So I then went to let's go over here first before I go there. This is in University of Utah, and it's the troposphere report, and this is on the 11th at 18 UTC. So this is several hours before the crash, and the crash should be right in here. And you can see we have a higher pressure area right in here with a couple of I don't know what these are. No one's really explained what these are. They're like dents, because it's not a high pressure area. It's like something, just a spot. And so then when I go and look at 6 hours later on May 12th, 00. So this is like 2.5 hours after the crash again. What's really interesting is there's now 3 dots here, and one of them happens to be right by where the plane went down. So it could be, when I went to look at Plymouth, and I thank Dutch Sense for showing me this place where I could go look at older loops. And this one ends right here is where the plane crashed, when the plane crashed. And so that would be Miss Chahoot. It's right here about where the plane went down. And so right there is where the weather was. And what's interesting is I'm going to show you a continuation of this loop. And this is like the beginning of a stretched out area in here, because there's not much going on up here. But now look at this loop. It's going to have to cycle through. And see how one of those kind of a long stretched out area, it's broken, and then this is rising up right at that same time. Now they said in one of the news articles that they didn't know what the weather was at that time, and I know that HAARP can produce these kind of things. How it works, I don't know, but bouncing things off the ionosphere, they can reach out and touch different areas. And also, I know that HAARP can push up into the ionosphere, which causes these things to bend in and out and pull and push and stretch, and which, you know, when you look at this, it's quite a mess. And this is a very sad thing, because 3 of these people, well, actually they're young people, the oldest being 27, and I think the youngest was like 21, and a couple of them had just graduated from Oral Roberts University, and they were on their way to a conference, a Christian conference near Omaha. So, you know, these things shouldn't be happening. Life is, you know, precarious enough, but we've got people. I mean, it says they all had a heart for this generation and were passionately pursuing God's call in their lives. And obviously He's called them home. And, you know, the way things are going, at least they're in His arms now and not caught up in, you know, this mess. So in any case, I really don't think we should be having people running things that have full reign and can do whatever they want, that impact other people's lives, and that we don't know what's going on, but clearly something's going on, and there's lots of excuses that go around, but clearly something's going on, and I just pray that the Lord would open everybody's eyes. So I'll put links to the articles so you can read about them yourself. So God bless you. Have a good rest of the night.